Aries 5, triangle with wings. The triangle symbolizes spirituality. The number 3 is used universally as an indicator of the spiritual dimension of life. In this case, it has wings, it's pointed upwards, it's flying, it's moving us up. So the hint here, the metaphorical teaching, is that our approach to spirituality lifts us. And we can take this to the extreme, and in the extreme forms it lifts us out of this world. We have no worldly concerns when we move into the highest expression of prayerfulness and sacredness and mysticism also. There is a dimension of life which we might want to call the transcendent or transcendental dimension of life, where consciousness simply does not have any concerns at all with earthly matters. We're above it all. And each of us has that capacity. It is not rare. It is something that we can practice if we choose to do that. Now, those of us who've actually touched a place perhaps within the heart, a soul connection felt in the heart, we get a taste, a yearning for a feeling, a sense of self, which you can call ecstatic, you can call it blissful or joyful. It's just like wonderful. And that points us towards something. And what it points us towards is the transcendental aspect of self. We can rise. We can't always, unless we're extraordinarily high masters of the act or the process of ascension, we can't always take the body with us. So in other words, when we move into these transcendental states, we lose a sense of who we are and where we are, and we just move consciousness away from the earth and have awareness of that which is beyond the earth. This is very liberating for the soul. The soul finds it very heavy on earth, and it's somewhat dispiriting. Now, these journeys into the transcendental realms, they're temporary. We cannot live there. How can we live in an unworldly state? Too vulnerable, too unreal. So we visit these states of transcendence and become cleansed, become healed when we do that. There is a permanent benefit. When we return into normal everyday awareness, we're not the same. And perhaps we can notice it in a small way, but if we do it frequently, maybe every day we try and meditate and move into those states, bit by bit by bit, we find ourselves able to just, in any moment, move away from the grossness of the earth and just remember this state of being which is pure. This is pure innocence. This is unsullied. This is beyond all the nastiness of the earth and all our fears and all our doubts and expectations and disappointments. None of that is present. In the transcendental state, we simply know what it must be like to be God. Just a touch of it, just for a moment, but it's like, okay, yeah. And that's what you want. That is so overwhelmingly powerful, that experience of touching non-self, that it motivates a person to repeat the experience and to start living a different life, a life that allows the journey into a transcendental state occasionally. It has been spoken about much that can be reached with drugs. Doubtful, very doubtful. You can get a similar experience, I'm sure, but the part of you that actually goes into the transcendental state using meditation alone is wholesome. It's not dependent upon anything else. It's self-dependent. Most particularly, it's not dependent upon chemicals. So the transcendental, I mean, the word transcendental became known to us in the 60s, largely through drugs. But that's something that we don't have to use if we want this condition. We can just meditate.